In a significant development, the central government has now moved Supreme Court seeking review of the November judgment in which 3 men who were facing death penalty for the 2012 Chhawla gang rape and murder were acquitted by the top court. The acquittal was granted on the ground that the prosecution had failed to prove its case. Centre in its review plea has now said that the circumstantial evidence in the case is so cogent that it leaves no ground for any reasonable doubt against the accused. The Supreme Court 5-judge Constitution Bench of Justices Abdul Nazir, B.R. Gawai, A.S. Bopanna, V. Ramasubramaniam and B.V. Nagaratna has today reserved its verdict on the challenge to the Centre's demonetization policy of 2016. The bench was hearing a batch of over 50 petitions that claimed that the demonetization of Rs 500 and Rs 1000 note was done illegally and against the set norms. While reserving its verdict, the bench has asked for the RBI and the Union government to provide the relevant records of the decision-making process, which the Attorney General has said will be handed over to the Supreme Court in a sealed cover. After being faced with a domestic violence complaint by her husband in the lower court, a woman has now knocked on the doors of the Delhi High Court, stating that the lower court has overturned the entire intent of the Domestic Violence Act by entertaining her husband's petition. The woman has asked for the complaint against her to be quashed on the ground that the protection under the Domestic Violence Act is permitted only for women. Vice President Jagdeep Dhankae, who is also the chairman of the Rajya Sabha, on Wednesday spoke about the 99th Constitutional Amendment Bill paving way for the NJAC, which was undone by the Supreme Court back in 2015. For the second time in 1 week, the Vice President has publicly criticized the Supreme Court decision, saying that there is no parallel to such a development in democratic history where a duly legitimized constitutional prescription has been judicially undone. The Bombay High Court on Wednesday, while hearing a batch of PILs concerning potholes and open manholes across the city, warned the BMC, saying that it appreciates the work being done by the Mumbai civic body to cover the open manholes, but if there is any untoward incident, then the authority will be held responsible. Chief Justice Dipankar Datta told the BMC, in such a situation, we won't ask the aggrieved person to initiate a civil suit. We will say that it is your officers that are responsible for the tragedy.